today's ramble will take us. I do have the fake small fireplace in the background, and you might be hearing some fire noises, and that's because my neighbors are really loud today. So I'm hoping that the sound is going to cover that up. Now, before we'll start, I actually found this right before I wanted to film. I still have got a few fortune cookies left. I've made a full video, I think at the beginning of February, and I didn't realize I think I have like 4 left or something. So let's open this fortune cookie now. It's going to be a prediction for March or advice. Okay, give me a second. Let's see what's there. Oh no. I did not expect this. It says, "I'm all out of fortunes. Make your own one." What's that? I swear these fortune cookies always disappoint me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch the video where I was opening these fortune cookies. These fortune cookies have a way of disappointing me no matter what. Kind of want to eat it as a punishment now. But this is not an eating video, and it might disturb some people, so I'm going to eat it after filming. Seriously, okay, that's what we're going with. Well, I guess I will have to take that advice, right? So wait, I brought a drink, and you might be wondering what this is. I don't know either. I was actually buying some sweets online, and I got this, I don't know, like a tiny fruit bomb as a sample. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's glitter in it. I don't know if it shows up on camera actually. Maybe not. It's super tiny. It's supposed to have digestible glitter in it. It's not a bath bomb, okay? Just to be clear, I would not drink a bath bomb, okay? Let's try it, okay? I don't know exactly what the taste is going to be like. I did not try it before. So, let's see. Wait. What is that? It kind of tastes like green gummy bears mixed with strawberries. But I don't know if that's what they were going for though. And they're actually like pieces of raspberries. I'm so confused. Gosh, what is this video? Maybe this was a mistake, but what taste is this? I kind of want to look it up right now because it confuses me. Give me a second, I'm going to look it up what it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm back. I've done my research, and I don't know. Either this is is what's going to be for March Ramble. Don't worry, I also have some good news as well. So it's not going to be just depressing, okay? I don't want my rambles to be just like sad. I don't want anyone to, feel worse than they already are, because everybody has their own problems. I'm just a bit more honest on my Patreon. But I've got some very, very, very great news as well for March, so it's all good. There's that. The rest of the videos for the month are chosen by patrons themselves. So I usually have like 5 topics, and my patrons choose what they want to do. That's the format that I have right now. I know in the future I might change it up a little bit, but right now that's what we're going with, probably this year, until the end of the year, and next year we'll see. But let's talk about something else. Let's talk about my writing. And I have stated at the very beginning of the year that I want to write more, specifically creative writing, because I do sometimes write. I wouldn't necessarily call it a journal, more like letters. I write letters to myself, and sometimes to like people in my life. I just never send them. I don't know if that's strange or not, but I do that, and I don't want anybody to come across them. Wait a minute, isn't there? There was a plot of a movie, was it P.S. I Love You or something like that, where a girl was writing letters to her crushes and her sister ended up sending them. Oh my god. But 90% of the things I write are just like letters to my future self. And that's just my own personal healing time. I kinda think about how everything is temporary, and that the future me is having a very different life probably. So things sometimes, even though it looks like they matter so much, in the long run they won't really matter at all. That's just my mindset for 2024. I don't know if that's a good mindset to have. Maybe it's just like everything will pass, every hardship, eventually it will pass as time goes on. So but actually I wanted to talk about something a bit different today. This is truly a rambly video and it's all over the place, but I wanted to talk about losing friends in particular, because I recently lost a friend of mine, and we've actually met only last year, and it was on a solo trip outside of Seoul. So I wanted to go to Alpaca Park and Nami Island in Korea, and I had no one to go with. So I decided to book a tour guide by myself. just a trip by myself. Because if I have nobody to go with, I'm gonna go by myself, and I was okay with it. But I ended up meeting this friend of mine, and we instantly connected. Wait a minute, I actually have a souvenir from the Alpaca Park. I brought it here for this video. Isn't it cute? Look how cute it is. Oh gosh. So, it actually has like tiny plush. I don't know if you can see it on camera. So she was also a solo traveler, but our situation first came to Korea years ago, because I just didn't know how everything worked, and I wasn't familiar with the food, and it's just kind of cute. I don't think I told this story on my channel before. I think I told it on my Patreon back then. Maybe. Yes, anyways. It was actually April. I remember it till this day. April 28th was the solo trip. It just stuck with me. And on this trip, I also lost a sweater. It was somewhere on Nami Island. I have no idea how that happened. I usually don't lose stuff. I don't have butter fingers. I don't. I'm very careful when it comes to my possessions, clothes, all that. I never lose anything. This time, I lost the sweater. And then we were talking about how the Nami Island wanted to keep a piece of me forever. They probably threw it out at this point. It was one of my favorite sweaters, but I only realized I lost it after I was back in Seoul, and I was just like, I guess I have to say goodbye to it forever. It still bothers me. I still think about that sweater sometimes. Anyways, so we stayed in contact and we became really good friends. And all of a sudden she just disappeared, and it's been months at this point. So I think that, yeah, there's that. Goodbye, I guess. I don't know what happened. Maybe she's having a hard time and just needed to take a break. I was actually thinking about this a lot recently, because I've done this before. I was also going through a hard time years ago, and I ended up kind of disappearing from the face of the earth. And I ended up disappearing for a few months, and you know, after I was ready to just, you know, go back to the way things were, I've lost the absolute majority of my friends at the time. So it kind of reminded me of that time. I hope this isn't too depressing, but I have promised that I'm never doing that ever again, because truth be told, you know how, especially these days, you hear yourself like, if your true friends won't be there for you during a hard time, they're not really your true friends. But now I have a bit of a different perspective, because I think that, here's the thing, what if they were also having a hard time and I wasn't there for them either? And I wanted to believe that, oh, they just weren't my true friends, but in reality I was a crappy friend. So I kind of look at it a bit differently now. You know, can you really take a break from friendships or relationships and expect that things will go back to the way they were before? I don't think so. And I hear sometimes advice like, oh, just ghost everyone for 6 months and become a better version of yourself. I don't know how I feel about it. I know this kind of goes against the very selfish discourse that is happening on social media, but the truth is, you just can't expect people to wait for you. To be honest, I don't know exactly where I'm going with this. I just wanted to ramble about it, because there's just something that I've recently changed my mind on, you know, I cannot treat people like they're not living beings that don't have feelings and expect them to always wait for me or be friends with me no matter what. That's just not how it works. I don't know where I'm going with this video, honestly. I don't want this to be depressing. It's just something that was thinking about a lot recently. And this video took a completely different turn than I wanted. So, by the way, I just realized that I've been saying alpaca park this whole time. It's actually alpaca world. Alpaca world in Korea. This is where I got the cute alpaca that has been with me this whole video. Anyways, this is where I'm going to end it. I don't know. Today I just rambled. I hope that's okay. I hope you're all asleep at this point. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Next few videos are not going to be really rambly. I think one video is going to be no talking, completely like no talking at all, which I usually don't do on my channel. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, and good night, good night, good night, good night. Thank you to Eric, Chad, and Saintger, and other lovely patrons and members for their support. Here are some other videos you might like.